What's up, everybody? It's it's been a while, but it's Blue. I haven't got really used to doing intros yet because I haven't done this long enough to do intros. But hello, how you doing? Um, me, well, I'm doing. Life is just going. You know what I mean? Life likes to grab you by the neck sometimes and just take you places. And that's literally the best analogy I can give you for what's going on in my life. Obviously, as this video goes on, I'll give you like small little summaries on what the fuck's going on with my shit. But yeah. Um, it's awkward, Uh, kind of just sitting here talking in front of a mic for a decent amount of time. You know what I mean? Because it's like, man, I really always wanted to do this YouTube thing, but like something inside of me is like always been the main villain of like this potential story I have. It's like I have the motivation to do it. I really want to do it. But when I get to doing it, like I record the video, I get the footage and all that shit done, and all I have to do is do the voiceover, I can't. It's odd. It really is odd. But at the end of the day, it's like I guess there's nothing I can do about it. It's pretty sad. It really is sad when you think about it, but I guess it happens to the best of us, I think. I hear so many other people say that they get the urge to do things and then right as they're about to do it, their motivation dies. And it's like, man, it's sad how me and the rest of the world is alike. Like everybody's special, but then nobody is. But it's like, and if that's the case, what's normal? You know what I mean? It's a weird thing. I guess as you can hear, I'm kind of having my own little midlife crisis. Uh, Nothing too bad, but it messes with me a little bit. The way life and things are going right now. But enough edging you on. I guess I'll open up with what I've been doing recently. Um, I've been doing a lot of self improving. I don't think I've told the channel yet, but a couple of years ago, I wasn't a good person at all, man. In all honesty, or I wouldn't even see myself as a good person. I was pretty dickish to people back then. I lied a lot. I was conniving, mischievous, if you will. You know what I mean? But after one event happened in my life, it kind of knocked me out of that person for a second, and like I had a sort of an out of body experience. It's like, wow, the things you do really do hurt people, and for some reason that didn't click in me until recently. And so when that happened, I got on a trip, and then I started going on my self improvement journey. I did tell the channel this a couple of story times ago. I told you the story of my Tennessee trip with the meth heads. But yeah, it was really a life changing experience because I needed it to be life changing. And I think that right there kind of helps me segue into a new topic real quick. Like change. How do you feel about change? I'll tell you how I feel about change, man. I Change is an interesting topic. It's like change can be good for people who need it, but change could be absolutely horrible for the people who never needed it to begin with. Now, I wish I can give you an example of what I mean by that. Actually, I think I can. Um, I'm pretty sure I told this channel before, but I've told you guys my long situationship with a person of mine's. Um, for the story's sake, because I don't think I still have the video up. For the story's sake, I will have the name be Sage. Okay, let's go with the name Sage. So this is when I just came to Killeen, and I met this Sage person through another friend of mine's. Once again, you've probably already heard the story, but we've met up on For Honor. We originally knew each other through school, but at that time we didn't really like know each other. We kind of had like some weird encounter that I'll get to later. But yeah, it's that happens, and then we go to For Honor, and I accidentally meet bro there that day. Actually, when everybody leaves the party and stuff, it was just me and him in the party, and we was just talking. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's kind of weird to explain because it's like to understand where this story is about to go, you have to understand me as a person. To understand me as a person, it's kind of it's a lot of sitting here and explaining myself, which I don't think anybody likes to explain themselves like that. But I'm not no bitch. I'm gonna do it anyway. Um, I am a very small things kind of person. I appreciate the small things. You know what I mean? The good morning text, the good night text, the how are yous. You know what I mean? The small things really do matter to me, and I don't think the people around me really notice that or gives a fuck. You know what I mean? And you know that's fine, but it's like, man, I wish there was more people in the world that understood the appreciation of the small things, because like the small things is what makes the big things. You know what I mean? Like it it takes those small events to give you those big events. Those small events make you who you are. The big events kind of defines the personality, but the small ones are really the puzzle pieces kind of slowly pushing themselves together, you know what I mean? I'm sorry that I sound like I'm rambling, but you clicked on this video for a reason. Uh you was down to listen to me ramble regardless, right? Right? You know, back to the story. We was having that deep conversation, and that there is when it first happened. uh when I say when it first happened, I like the first click, you know what I mean? I felt it. Like I felt some sort of weird connection for a second, and yeah, that's how it all started. Now, I'm a very passionate human being, sometimes obsessive if you ask a certain somebody. But when I'm invested into somebody, I get really invested. My entire mind is invested. Uh, the thoughts, nonstop thinking about them, dreaming about them. It got to the point where I was daydreaming. That's how passionate I can get. My soul can really, I don't know, attach to somebody else's accidentally at times. I can get attached too easily. I think that's the best way to say it. I won't even say it's too easily, but it's like when I get attached, I'm attached, and that was the downfall of that story, because across the 4 years, it was just a steady up and down. Because you had me wanting to be with him, but him not being ready. And then you had his friends also stepping in my way, and me kind of getting blinded and doing a little tomfoolery over the times. Me doing my wrongs also. But then we come to the resolution of the situationship when recently he said he just wanted to be friends. Now it's kind of weird because that's 4 years down the drain, 4 years of feelings being tossed around. And it's not like I was being delusional. I could, if I was petty, I could show you the proof of those feelings being reciprocated on both sides. But that's not the point. The point is that I was hurt at that time, and for a second, I didn't know why what happened. And I just start to sit here and I wonder, like, man, was it me? Was it them? And I immediately, when I said that, a thought came back to me when me and him was having a conversation during our situationship. He was kind of bummed out that day, and I asked him, "Yo, what's wrong, man?" And he hit me with the, "It feels like you changed." And when he said that, I wasn't able to say anything because it's like, what do you mean I changed? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you really mean by that, but damn, made me look at myself for a second. Like, fuck, did I change? And this was me after the Tennessee arc. So shit, I kind of did, but not to the point to where I lost my good aspects. You know what I mean? Like, at least I think. It's weird to explain. But then I started thinking, and it's like, what about you? I started thinking about the things he did, and like how he acted, and how his attitude changed over time. And then it hit me. It's like, man, not only did I change, but you definitely did change also. And it's just like, wow, it hurt. Because in my opinion, he didn't need to change. But the people around him and how the pieces was set on the board kind of made him change, you know what I mean? And I don't know, it was a heartbreaking resolution to come to when I found it out. Like, man, shit, I wasn't the only one. And that makes me kind of circle back to the point I made with bringing up this story again with the changing thing. Like, change is good, but like, not everybody needs to change, you know what I mean? So it's odd. It is an odd and hard topic for me to talk about. But that's that's one part of the shit I'm dealing with, obviously. That situation is long done, sadly. A little I don't know. Things happen every now and then that it's really not important enough to tell you about. It's more or less a nothing burger, but fuck it, you know what I mean? Like it really doesn't matter. I kind of want to talk about what I want to do. Like, I don't think nobody genuinely understands when I say I've always wanted to be a content creator. The first person who like gave me that drive to do it was Dan TDM. Uh, the Diamond Minecart, wasn't it? Or I think it was. I think that's how it was. I remember watching his Diamond Dimensions playthroughs and all his mod showcases when I was younger, and it I don't know, it filled me with this kind of hope, this kind of inspiration that I haven't got in a while. Well, during that time, I didn't really do much with that inspiration, sadly, and it kind of went to nothing. But as the years went by, I was finally able to pick it up. You know what I mean? I was finally able to pick up the hobby, and I tried. You know what I mean? Shit, if you look across this channel, you can see that I tried. I uh I joined a Fortnite crew for a little bit. Did a bunch of little mini dog shit Fortnite edits for the niggas in the clan and myself. Uh then I started doing story times, and this was during my middle school age where, man, those story times was a little bit too heavy and too recent at the time, to the point to where it was just like I was venting. That was basically what I was doing, just full on venting to people. And that's kind of where I found my pocket of things, you know what I mean? Like, as you can tell from us being 16 minutes in now, I love talking. I can't get enough of it, to the point to where I don't know, I feel like I just talk for hours on end about random shit, really. And if it's interesting or not, I can't really say so, because I'm mostly talking to myself at these times. But it's like, I don't know. If you want to do something, go for it, type shit. And that's what I did. And that's what I'm doing now, really. Which is why I'm kind of back here again, speaking in this mic, because I still want to pursue that dream. I just want to pursue it in my own way, you know what I mean? Like, in all honesty, I don't want to be no gaming YouTuber. I don't want to do no crazy edits like that. I just want to sit down in this chair and talk, and hope that someone out there is willing to listen to me, only for a little while. And shit, that's all a man can ask for. That's all I can ask for. So here we are, talking. But then I started thinking about it for a second. I was like, I don't want to like always come up on here and trauma dump to the mic. And that's when I was like, I could just talk about random shit. That I could talk about random stuff and involve my life in it at the same time. You know what I mean? I can do both. And that's kind of what I'm going to do for the time forward. Um, you can say the storytime videos are gone. I'm not doing a standalone storytime vid, but I will be on here more often, just randomly talking about things occurring this week or throughout the day, because it's something I like to do. If I ever get big off of it, it'll be nice. But to be honest with you, I don't really care if that is or isn't the case. But once again, it would be nice. Sorry. Drinking, my mouth is dry. It's just, I don't know. If you have something you want to do, man, do it. Go for it, bro. Especially this summer. This summer just hit. You better not be at home right now. You better be doing something with your life. Because in a couple of months, your summer's gone. You're back in school. You're doing all this shit all over again. You're looping your whole life for a couple of more years until you're out on your own. And if you're an adult, still, it's summer. Go out, do something. You have friends, go talk to your friends. You have a shawty you want to go talk to shawty. Do something with your life, man. I don't think people these days understand the importance of outside. Like, going outside and getting air in general is generally a beautiful thing. And I'm not even gonna drag the niggas who don't go outside, because at one point I was one of those niggas. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to you and say I wasn't. I definitely was. And that's why I'm so adamant on telling you to live your life the right way. Not the right way as in societal right, but the right way as in you are right. You know what I mean? However you want to live your life, live it that way. Don't try to cater towards people or like move the or tilt the little pendulum. Like it's don't do none of that. Don't try it. Like really go for it and put your all into it while you're going for it. Don't ever half-ass shit because half-assing it will give you regrets. And man, regrets is something you don't want. Speaking of regrets, one of my biggest regrets, one of my biggest burdens has recently been lifted off for me. Recently, I said I was a bad person, and long story short, what I did was in high school, or it started off in middle school. There's this one chick I met, and she was so cool, so fucking cool, jackass to everybody, but a really cool, nice person. And one day we was doing uh art contest or some shit. Like I was talking on my ass, and I challenged her to like a little art thingy. Even though I didn't have no money on me at the time, I my dumb ass put 60 on the line. I lost the art contest, but I didn't pay the 60, and that led to a year of that led to the next couple of years of bullshit on my side, honestly. A whole bunch of me ducking and dodging, paying up. And then we finally get to high school. I did the biggest oopsie ever. I start giving everyone these like false promises and getting everybody's hopes up, thinking that this will make everybody like me. Because at the time of me being that low nigga, I wanted everybody to like me. The feeling of someone hating you felt terrible when you was in school, no matter who it was. At least for me. To the point where I was trying so hard, I did the opposite and made a decent amount of people look at me like I was weird, like I was a terrible person. And in all honesty, at that time, they're not wrong for thinking that because I did lie to them, you know what I mean? It's like I would never want someone to lie to me, and yet here I go impulsively just doing it to them. The one chick I was talking about, I promised her something really ambitious on her birthday, and when her birthday came, I didn't give it to her. And just seeing how disappointed and irritated she was with me kind of killed something inside of me. It killed it was murdering that asshole. It was killing that liar, you know what I mean? And at that time, that's all I was, or that's all I felt like I was at the time. So I felt like I was genuinely losing myself. So after that situation, I get cut off from the friend group basically. The only person that still talks to me after that situation was the person that I still talk to this day. One of the best homies a man can ask for. But, you know, I was living in fear for a bit because I was like, man, I was beating myself up on it. I was like beating myself up on it like really bad. Like, I shamed myself for years on end, my nigga, until recently. Recently, I've been trying to go outside more, get air, do the things I've been preaching. And during that, one of said best friends had a birthday. And obviously, I had to show up to the birthday. It's one of my closest homies. And, you know, as I show up to was it the birthday? Yeah, as I show up to the birthday and shit, you know what I mean? We're cool and kicking it. Oh, no, never mind. I'm so sorry. It wasn't a birthday. It was a party a week before said birthday party happened, and I was there just chilling, living life. And as I'm sitting there chilling, living life, the person that I fucked over so many years ago pulls up to the bench below me, sits next to me, and just sits there. We haven't locked eyes yet, but it's like, man, I was nervous as fuck. I was afraid because it's like I'm finally like it's like I'm close to confronting my burden, my regrets, my the thing that put me on this path in the first place. Because in all honesty, that's where the path of change started from. It it started from there. So it's like, man, I kind of have to like I don't know. It was odd. In all honesty, something Amy probably wasn't gonna say nothing and let the burden keep building going, and I was probably just gonna keep beating myself up about it. But then, as I'm listening to music, vibing on my own, she turns around and says, "Hey, man, what's up?" And I freeze up for a bit because it's like, man, it's been so long. But I say hi back and we chop it up for a little bit, and it's nice. I think I said sorry. I don't know if I still truly genuinely said sorry the way I wanted to though. Because man, the way I want to say sorry is just so like sad, like, you know what I mean? Like I would beg for forgiveness, or I would want to beg for forgiveness because man, even though it wasn't that big and it was 4 years ago, that event still affected me as a person mentally. But she said water under the bridge and everything, and it was cordial again. And when that happened, a burden was lifted off. It was like a lifelong burden, it almost felt like. But once again, it was only like 4 or 5 years. I'm 18 right now, by the way. But yeah. uh, After that situation has like found its ending, I thought life was gonna get better for me, which life has gotten better for me, but you know, problems always exist, and that's where I was. Problems just kept throwing themselves at me, especially as of recently. A lot of random bullshit's been hitting me in the face, and I kind of been having to thug it through recently, which ain't nothing new to a pimp, but it doesn't mean I enjoy it. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean I enjoy fucking fighting for my sanity every day. But hey, man, happens to the best of us, right? To remove you from a somber note, I want to bring you to something that has actually been going decent in my life recently. Um, I've met somebody. Well, I've always known them, but I've recently now decided to throw my worries away and actually try to go after her. We met each other in high school. She was such a chill person. During that time, I would have been an asked her out, in all honesty, but during that time, she was into somebody else, and I'm sorry, I'm not the person to fight for somebody like that. It's well, at least not in that sense, you know what I mean? I'm not fighting for a chick that's not mine. But as of recently, with all the events that's happened with her and me, I finally am officially going for it. And I'm praying for the best. I hope for the best. And if the best doesn't happen, shit. I mean, that's life, right? It is what it is. I can't event what other niggas would say, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I've been dealing with really. You know. The sad part is that for that situation right now, a lot of a lot of my close friends don't fuck with her. or I wouldn't say a lot of my close friends, but the main close friend don't fuck with her like that. And that's kind of worrying, you know what I mean? Because it's like, man, if he doesn't really fuck with her like that, it's kind of an awkward situation. Obviously, I'm not dating her for him or anything, but it's like, you gotta kind of be considerate about your friends in situations like those. Or at least I hope some people are, at least a little bit, especially if those friends were good to you. Well, I'm still going guy through it, giving his concerns, just because one, a part of me really do like her, and two, I want to see the real her. You know, to give you a little context, like I told you, she's a really nice, sweet, kind person, really caring, really honest. Someone that at the time during high school saga, I would have never gone with, giving how I was at that time, liar, manipulative, and all that other shit. Then, I don't know. It's just time goes by. She's still the same person. And I'm like, man, I really want to be with her. And then, the niggas come in, and then I get news on that she haven't been the best human being, that she's had a second face, another mask. And it's like, damn. But it's like, I've known her for years. How come I haven't seen this mask, And so a nigga was kind of interested for a second. A nigga had to see this mask. I had to meet this real person. And man, I haven't met her yet. I mean, I know her. I still know the person I knew back in high school. But the part of her that the other niggas know, that the other niggas hate, I haven't met that yet. And I kind of want to see if I would hate it, just in case. I know it sounds weird, but I don't know. I guess you could say I'm like a masochist or some shit. You know what I mean? It's like when it comes to this shit, I put myself in these hard situations at times, and it makes no sense to me. But hey, what can you do, right? In all honesty, I wanna cut this video a little short because I don't want to keep talking your ears off, and plus, I wanna go in the right direction with things. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things I want to talk about, like the phase shit that's happened recently. Man, do I have a hot take for that one? The phase shit, the new Spider-Man movie that came out. I also have a couple of hot takes of my own for that movie. There's a lot of content I want to bring to this channel with me obviously still just casually talking, but with the time being, we'll get there. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here because, like I said, I don't want to talk your ears off, and I want to work on the next big project. I want to get back into the field of video making. Oh, this I will still do long videos like these, but just not in bigger quantities as I used to. You know what I mean? If you pay attention to the videos I have up still, and the ones I used to have up until I deleted them, they always was like long videos, like 30 minutes to an hour at times, and I kind of didn't want to do that no more. I kind of want to make the videos shorter so I could post them more. You know what I mean? Talking a lot and getting the footage for this shit takes a lot. Giving the shit that I do outside of here. But once again, there's me kind of digging back in my complaining bag a little bit. But, that's fine. Like I said, man, it's the summer. Please chase your dreams, man. You have a girl you want to talk to her. You have friends you want to go make them. You have things you want to do, go do them. Life is too short for you to be procrastinating. Trust me. Life is too short and you won't be young forever. Once you start pushing 30, you're gonna have niggas like me telling you that you're pushing 30 and that you wasted your life. So please do something with it before it's too late. Go outside, touch some grass, smell some air a little bit. Even if you're not a people person like that, at least walk outside. Have a little late night jog with yourself, you know what I mean? Jog around the complex or wherever you're at, you know what I mean? Live life, please. And that's all I can like tell you right now. As for me, I'm gonna keep doing me. I'm gonna keep thugging. And shit, as I'm thugging, if anything interesting happens in my life, there will be a story time about it. Even though, it was gonna be my last one and all that shit, but don't worry about it, okay? Like I said, man, keep doing you, keep living life, and don't be afraid of change also. Please don't be afraid of change. Change happens to the best of us, and sometimes the worst of us. Sometimes some people don't need to change, like I said. And also, don't see someone changing as a bad thing either. Don't see yourself losing friends as a bad thing either. My grandmother told me one thing that kind of stuck with me. You know, some friends are forever, but some only come for a season. And I've had a decent amount of friends that have came for a season. I felt like they was gonna stay forever. As of right now, I feel like I have a lot of friends that will stay forever, but we will never know now, will we? But that's why I say keep living life and keep focusing on yourself and keep going on your own lane. You know what I mean? Don't think too hard about other people because that's when the overthinking starts and you get knocked off your train of thought, and that's when shit kind of starts crumbling. Stay focused, and not just stay focused on yourself. Please work on yourself first, man. And that's all I can say, actually. So, well, like I said, I'm done now. I will be back later this week or later next week with a shorter video talking about a completely different topic, hopefully. And if not, I'll be back here story timing again. But I will be back. I I always come back, I guess. But thank you for whoever made it this far. I really appreciate you. Once again, the small things and the fact that you're just here still listening to me talk makes me happy, and I appreciate it, man. But without further ado, Blue signing out.